Mr. Chairman. I am honored to represent the South Shore of Long Island in New York's 4th Congressional District. My district sadly suffers from legacy water contamination, aging infrastructure, and unacceptable water quality issues that requires the aid of the federal government. The village of Hempstead lies in my district and relies on a plant that is more than 100 years old. It's one of the oldest water plants in our region. Last year, Hempstead officials found out that there were alarming levels of toxic carcinogens and PFAS chemicals in their drinking water. They called for desperately needed help to fund the construction of a new water system. Mr. Chairman, I ask for unanimous consent to enter this May 2024 article titled, "Hempstead Drinking Water Said to Contain High Levels of Cancer-Causing Chemicals," into the record.
So ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I ask every member of this committee to look at the amazing women you see right next to me right here. This woman, Mary Florence Purdy, is a lifelong resident of Hempstead, a mother, a grandmother, and even a great-grandmother. And I'm so honored to represent Ms. Purdy in Congress. For many years, Ms. Purdy noticed that a lot of her neighbors were developing many different kinds of cancer, and she noticed that the water that she saw in her home was funny looking and troubling looking. This is a good day of the water that comes into her home. She realized that the cause may be the carcinogens that were in the water supply in Hempstead. As you know, PFAS contains carcinogens that cause serious health problems, including links to cancer, liver damage, immune system disorders. And my constituents and Americans across our country should not be subjected to these cancer-causing chemicals in their water supply and every time they turn on the faucet in their home. So knowledge of these carcinogens in the water activated the activist in Ms. Purdy, and she decided that she was going to do something about it. She said she never ever had gone to any government hearing before in her life, but she went before the Nassau County Legislature and begged for their help to clean up the water in Hempstead. And she said, if no one's gonna help me, I'll do it myself. I'm an old lady, and I have no business walking all over the village of Hempstead, but I'll do whatever it takes to make sure the residents here get clean water. And so she did. She went to barber shops, she went to supermarkets, she went to gas stations, she recruited friends from her senior citizen club to go walk around the village of Hempstead with her, making sure she had someone who was fluent in Spanish so everybody could understand what was going on with the water there. And she said no one said no. I met Ms. Purdy when I was at a meet and greet in my district during the summer, and she gave me hundreds and hundreds of signatures on a petition that she carried herself, a 74-year-old lady, asking for help to get clean water in Hempstead. I promised her that if I got to Congress, I would advocate to make sure that every resident of Hempstead and our country has access to clean water. It shouldn't matter where you live, whether or not you get clean, cancer-free water. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm here today as a member of this subcommittee because of Ms. Mary Purdy and every single resident of my district who deserves access to clean water that has been neglected in some way by their government. Thanks to the hard work of Ms. Purdy, of the village mayor, the deputy mayor, and the trustees, the village of Hempstead received $1.7 million in federal aid to help break ground on a new water treatment facility, and received money also from the state of New York to continue building it. While this money has been helpful and is critical, it does not go far enough. The project will cost up to $55 million to complete. Communities like Hempstead need federal funding so the water my constituents use to bathe, clean, and drink is safe. The bipartisan infrastructure law included $11.7 billion for the Clean Water State Revolving Fund, including $1 billion specifically dedicated to addressing emerging contaminant like PFAS, but it's not enough. Mr. Matich, can you speak briefly to what more we can do to make sure Congress is providing the federal resources directly to communities like Hempstead to upgrade critical water infrastructure?
Thank you, Congresswoman. I appreciate your question. I mean, as I've said in my pre-filed testimony, the existing commitments through the SRF programs and through the WIFIA program, that are, especially the bipartisan infrastructure law, the higher levels have been tremendously important, but as you indicated, do not come anywhere close to fully funding the backlog of critical infrastructure needs. I know that these programs have bipartisan support because they're critical to customers and users of water systems like your constituent throughout the entire country, and increasing the level of opportunity for low interest loans, and where possible, some of the principal forgiveness funding that you referenced, I think are critical, and increases are every dollar of increase that can be
Gillen,
approved is money well spent.
I would suggest that you follow up with a written answer
Yes.
for you, so we've got a lot of people. and
Thank
we're
you,
over.
Chairman. I yield my time back.